am very happy to be back with you. And we're a little unsure about what's going to happen on Thursday for meditation. In my family, we do Thanksgiving on Wednesday because of my husband's work. So it is possible that we'll have meditation on Thursday night, because I know after a day with family, a lot of people need it, but also know a lot of people have Thanksgiving dinner, so there may not be that opportunity. So we'll have to wait and see what happens on Thursday. I want to say, there's a lot I want to say today. I want to call attention to, I want to congratulate the U.S. men's national soccer team, because if you follow me for a while, you'll know I'm a soccer mom. I have been a soccer mom for a long time. My kids are both retired, but it's still a big part of our family, and so it was very joy-filled to see the men's national team back on the pitch for the World Cup, which started this weekend. They ended their game today against Wales in a 1-1 draw, which and it's hard because the Soccer Federation is not walking its walk, and that's one of the really big things I want to talk about today, is walking the walk. Walking, whatever that is for you. Also, for those of you who are new, hi Stephanie, first time here, I have dogs. So you'll hear or see dogs and cats wandering around. So FIFA, who's the governing organization for international soccer, talks about inclusivity and zero tolerance for racism and things like that, and yet they're holding the World Cup in Qatar, where it is, a death sentence to be part of the LGBT plus community. We are on the heels of Transgender Day of Remembrance yesterday, and the murderous rampage in the Colorado nightclub, gay nightclub, LGBTQ plus nightclub in Colorado Springs on Saturday. This is a very painful confluence of events that people in othered communities are being attacked in their safe spaces, and an organization, a global organization that is supposed to be about inclusivity and promoting sportsmanship and acceptance, has come out and said, we're not going to have these captain's armbands. When you're the captain of the soccer team, you wear a band that denotes that you're the captain. That they're not going to wear these captain's armbands that have the rainbows and that says, one love, and that just means everybody. It doesn't mean LGBTQ plus. It means everybody should have access to play soccer, or to have access to go to their dancing in their nightclubs or wherever without fear of, a murderous rampage. And every day we hear things. And then for me, as the mother of two boys, now again my boys are in their 20s now, as the mother of boys, I am just heartsick at the loss of Jason David Franks, who, if you're not of a certain age, you wouldn't know. There used to be a show on television called Power Rangers. I don't know if it's still on anymore, but he was one of the original Power Rangers, and he was with the program for so long. The way it worked in those days, kind of like Menudo, the kids would be on the show for 2 years, and then that show would wrap and a new Power Rangers would come out. So you had Mighty Morphin and Dino and all these different kind of Power Rangers, and they would run for 2 years, and then the new kids, because the kids would get too old. But Jason David Franks, because his character was so popular, he had these recurring roles, and they would bring him back as a mentor to the next group and a teacher, and then he became the adult. And he ended his life by suicide this weekend, and it just really hits so close to home, especially right now. For those of you who've been with me for a long time, you will remember the trauma we suffered in January, where my son's best friend lost his sister in this manner in January. So we're coming up now on the holidays, the first holidays without her, and then again, it's going to be the 1-year anniversary of her passing. So there's a lot right now that feels super heavy, and we are watching Jupiter pass in a closeness to our world, to our planet, where Jupiter is big and heavy, and Jupiter brings this heavy energy that can feel very overwhelming. And I don't do a lot with astrology, but I do try and keep an eye on what's going on, out there. And so we do have the new moon on Wednesday, and so we know that energy comes down before the new moon, and then it goes back up like a Ferris wheel, right? And so we come down to the new moon, and we go back up to the full moon and down again. And so here we are as we are coming to the new moon, which is Wednesday. Our energy is low. Energy is low. Things feel heavy. They feel maybe a little overwhelming. They feel confused. Maybe discombobulated is a word that continues to come into my head, because it's when we come into the time of the new moon, we're coming down, and our job in the time of the new moon, in that portal in the 48 hours before and the 48 hours after, our job in the new moon is to look around and say, okay, what do I want to create in this next 28-day cycle? And so then we go around and we get up to the full moon and we say, all right, how's it going? Right? Because we're at the top of that Ferris wheel, we can look around and say, what do I need to change or shift or adjust to make sure that when I get back around, I'm good. But in this country, we've had in the last 28 days, we've had the elections, which for many of us were very affirming that our country is still pretty evenly divided, and maybe not so much in my state, which is a whole other conversation, but that people are wanting, they're tired of feeling overwhelmed, and people are tired of feeling this heaviness that Jupiter brings. And Jupiter is big and far away and has a big orbit, and so Jupiter brings this heaviness in, and Jupiter can feel like we're slogging through because it's very stormy. If you look at Jupiter, right, all those rings on Jupiter, there's storms. There's that big dot on Jupiter, right? That's the storm that's been raging for 1,000 years. And here in Florida, we've had 2 hurricanes, so things have felt very stormy, right? And what I want to say is that things are clearing, but it's so easy for us to get mired up in all the noise that we don't lift our head up to recognize it's clearing. So I have started running. I had knee surgery maybe a year and a half ago, and as part of my rehab, I was walking and I was running. And I used to, I was always an athlete or a dancer, and so I would run. And at different phases of my life, I would be, I don't know, I ever call myself a runner, but I ran, and so I have this new app to help me build endurance, because I know that's something I've always struggled with just in my life in general. So one of the things that I noticed, oh look, we're gonna block Lord Jamal as a spammer. So bye-bye. We don't have zero tolerance for spammers here. So if you're coming in and you're gonna try to connect with people for their private special reading, you're banned. So as quick as I can. All right. So what I realized is, because I have assessment runs, and there's, you got to run and you got to walk and you got to, to build the endurance. And, my mind is I just want to run further and maybe faster. I just want to be able to do more. And you have to stop to rest, and you have to slow down and then speed up. And it's interval training, and anybody who's done, any kind of fitness, training will tell you, you have to slow down in order to go forward. And so what I realized was that I was, chucking along just this very morning. I'm chucking along and I'm looking at the ground because, not all the debris has been picked up from either of the hurricanes that we've had. And so you want to be careful where you are walking and stuff, so you don't step on a branch or a rock or, twist your ankle, which I have done in the past. So I'm looking and I realize that my whole front of my body is crunched over because I'm looking. And then not just am I looking at the ground, because I could easily do that straight and looking, this way, but I'm completely crunched over, which means I'm not getting enough air, and I'm also not picking my head up, so I'm not aware of what's going on around me. And I think that's where we can be. Things feel heavy. We're trying to pay attention. We're trying to just get through. And so we crunch over. We block all of the flow of this energy and air, and we're looking down, and we're not looking at anything that's going on around us. We're not seeing that Mars just went into retrograde, and Mars brings fun. Mars is our drive. Mars is the part that wants to help us move forward. And it can still feel overwhelming, because when we get into that place, we can be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? And so we have to slow down in order to step back up and go further forward, further, faster, and be stronger. But so Mars comes in to say, okay, we're gonna clean the slate. We're gonna clear all this stuff out. I'm in retrograde, and I want you to really focus on where are you going? What are you doing? And so Mars is part of that engine that pushes us to want to go forward. And so here we are in the middle of November. We're coming closer to Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving week, everyone. I love Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Because it's all about gratitude, and it's all about my kids being home. And so as we come into this time, very quickly, we're going to find ourselves in December. And it is time now to start thinking, while Mars is in retrograde, what do I want? And we're coming into the new moon on Wednesday. What do I want to do? What kind of goals or mile markers do I want to set for the new year? I'm not talking about resolutions, because you know what? I'm as guilty as the next person. It's like January 1, resolution. January 2, who? And so I think that puts undue pressure on ourselves. And so rather than having this thing of like, I'm going to do this for the first 30 days of the year, we put this pressure on ourselves. And instead, I encourage you to look at this bigger picture of, what do I want to accomplish in this new year? What kinds of larger mile markers do I want to see? Like, do I want to finish my book? Do I want to, paint my house? Do I want to pay for, I don't know. I don't even know what to think. See, this is why you have to start in November, because it takes us a while to get focused in our mind of what it is that you want. Because a lot of times we're so stuck like in this of I gotta just get through it and don't trip over a tree root, that we don't lift up and we open the energy and we open our heart so that we can get these messages from Spirit. We can get that intuition, and we can feel like, where are we going? What do I need to know? What could I create or manifest? And so it's important that we are giving ourselves the time. So we're not waiting until December 25th and going, oh crap, I have to make resolutions. No, you don't. But you do want to give yourself the opportunity to start thinking about, what would you like your life to look like this time next year? Because the thing is, this heaviness that we have been sitting in for the last year and a half, like especially with the election cycle in this country, we've been sort of waiting for this other shoe to drop. And it isn't about which side that you're on, but there's been this thing hanging over us of not knowing what was going to happen. And so the election is behind us, and we know, if you've been at any kind of time in America, you know that the next election cycle is going to start right back up again. But we have this time of saying, okay, this is what the Congress is going to be, this is what the Senate is going to be, this is what's going on, and this is where we can take some breaths and say, okay, I'm not saying don't pay attention, but it's time to lift that heaviness, because it's over. We have seen a very balanced outcome. I mean, someone's always going to be a little bit more than the other on one side or the other, but to see a very balanced outcome is very encouraging, because our country really is this melting pot that is this balance, if we will allow it to be balanced, right? And we have these external forces that push the pendulum far to the right and far to the left. And really where we want to be is in the middle, with tolerance and acceptance and support and love. Because love is the engine of the universe, right? Love is what makes everything go. And so as we are coming out of this time of Jupiter is moving through, right? And Jupiter is associated with luck. And Jupiter is associated with some joy and unexpected blessings. And then we're going to be able to couple that with this new moon energy of Mars that, yes, while it can feel a little bit overwhelming while Mars is in retrograde, this is about the time of seeing what makes you tick. Mars is about what makes you want to get up in the morning and say, yeah, this is what I'm doing today. Where do you want to go? And so even though know this is November. It's time to start thinking about it. So allow the luck and the lifting of the malaise from Jupiter and the spurring you on of the new moon goal setting and intention setting and the new, that driver of Mars to push you forward, to allow yourself to think, well, what do I want to do? Like, where do I want to be this time next year? When I sit with Sherry in Thanksgiving week next year, what do I want to be able to say happened? So good job, Stephanie. So many people wait until January 1st and they're like, oh, well, what are you doing for a resolution? All right, I'll just do that. But that's not true to you. And so you want to give yourself time. And if you can, and I know that there's a large part of the country right now that is under snow, a lot of snow. But if you can get outside and touch a tree and put yourself in nature where you can breathe, or, maybe you got to hug a dog or a cat. Maybe that's going to help you breathe. But something that's going to bring peace, and we just breathe and we allow our heart and our intention and our higher guidance to connect. And really it's as simple as breathing and just... So we know there's hard things that have happened in this past week. But there are hard things that happen every week, and there will be hard things. And our job is to acknowledge and send light and love and make the changes that we can make to show up for marginalized communities, to show up for our brothers and our sisters, whatever it is, and let people who are being othered know that they're not alone. Solidarity, coming together in love, whether it's something you want for yourself or not. Like, if that's not your lifestyle, it doesn't mean you don't show up for a person's right to exist. And so we stand together, because there will always be hard things. There will always be things that somebody that wants to outside someone else, that tell that person that they don't have the same rights. And so as we show up with love, and we embrace each other with love, and we operate from the place of love, even with the people who are not those that we maybe understand or agree with, or maybe they're not even people we've ever met before. When we show up with love, we are changing the energy of the universe for everyone. And so as you're thinking about where do you want to be next year, let love be the motivator. Let love be the thing that pushes you forward. Let love be the thing that helps you decide where to go and how you want to show up in the world and where you want to be this time next year, right? Let love be that motivator, because there will always be hard things. There will always be people who are going to want to hate on others. There's always going to be people who bring a lower vibration. It's our job to bring the higher vibration. So I see a couple of people asking about a reading. So here's how it works on Mondays. Thank you so much for being with us. So here's how it works on Monday. If you are looking for a private reading, please feel free to message me and we can set that up for you. On Mondays, we do some channeled information. We're going to do some collective card readings for everybody. And then once we get past that, we're going to, time permitting, we'll do individual card readings. This isn't mediumship or psychic work specifically that you would get in a reading in a private session, but this is more oracle card driven on Mondays. But if you are looking for a private reading, please don't hesitate to message me, or you can go through my website at sherrydworkinsmith.com and you'll be able to, we can set it up for you from there as well. Now, I do want to say before we go into the collective card reading, because it's Thanksgiving week, so Black Friday is coming, and so my online course, Becoming an Empowered Empath, is going to be on sale. So it's going to be 20% off, which I think is $30. So instead of $199, it's going to be $159. Is that right? Oh, you're back. Oh, I'm sorry. That shouldn't have been hidden. I'm sorry, Art. So for some reason that was your comment was hidden. I'm so sorry for your loss. And so the Becoming an Empowered Empath online course is going to be on sale for Black Friday. So we'll get the email out and we'll start posting about that later today or tomorrow. So if you've been waiting to take this online course because you feel like maybe you're an empath and you're not sure how to show up in the world and you're not sure if all this stuff that you're feeling and being overwhelmed with is yours anyway, and you're not sure how to deal with all the energies that you may be feeling so overwhelmed right now, that you may be an empath, and learning how you receive energy in, how you process energy, how energy transmutes through your body, and learning how to understand it, digest it, protect from it, and to reflect it so that you're not being bombarded by these things. This is what the Becoming Empowered Empath online course is all about. So the course is regularly $199, and for Black Friday, for Thanksgiving week, it's going to be 20% off, which I think is $30. So that's a huge savings. So if you've been waiting to take the class, then you definitely, this is the time that you want to sign up for that. So Martinez, we're going to ban you because we don't do spammers here. So if you are a spammer and you think you're going to send messages to the people, then we're just going to ban you right away. So you might as well just leave now. So, because you'll be banned. And that's for like forever. So, all right, so let's do some, I'm not feeling the animal spirit call today, so we're not going to do an animal spirit card. We're going to go right into the card reading for the collective. And it's so funny when I tell the spammers that they can't stay, I just see the numbers drop off. I'm like, bye. So, and I really appreciate for all the things that I roll my eyes about with Facebook. I do appreciate that they have made it much easier for us to protect our community, and that makes a big difference. So I will ask you always, as I do, to share if you like if you're liking the video, if you like hanging out here on Mondays. We love to have you. Please feel free to tag some friends, share the video, share the page. We are always excited to welcome new people to come and join us on Mondays. And then on Thursdays we do meditation in the evening, and it's a short guided meditation, especially for people who maybe don't have a lot of experience with meditation, need a little help to get that practice started for themselves. But this Thursday is Thanksgiving, so right now we're a maybe. We personally don't do Thanksgiving on Thursday, but I know most people do, and so so there is that thing of we might need it, but also a lot of people may still be doing dinner with their families. So we're going to just play that by ear on Thursday, and so make sure you check back here if you're needing some information or some meditation on Thursday, and at the very least you can always scroll back and check out the one from a couple weeks ago. All right, so now if you are interested in getting a card reading, not yet. This is because y'all just go zoom with all the comments. So we're going to do a couple of cards that are for the collective, and then when I say if you're ready for a reading, then at that point, not yet, you will say yes, me please in the comments, and we do first come first serve. But we're going to do a collective card reading first for everybody. So the first card is going to be breathe. You know, the thing about oracle cards is that they really are so connected to us. It's like they listen. They have energy of their own. They have, you know, like anything has energy. You know, the chair has energy, the table has energy, everything is made of energy. And so it's always so fascinating to me that the oracle cards really are listening. So the first card that we have is breathe, and so this is card number 29. So 2 and 9 is 11, which I love because we're in, you know, the 11th month, but also 11 tells us that, you know, we're not alone. 11 reminds us it's the twin number, the soulmate number, right? 11 reminds us that we're not alone, that we're going through life together, that we have higher guidance, we have angelic hosts, we have angels and guides and loved ones in spirit that are with us. So it reminds us to breathe and reminds us that we're not alone. So we want to make sure that we are taking some time. The holiday week can be stressful. If you're traveling, if you're around family, things like that can be very stressful. We want to make sure that we are taking some time to breathe. All right, this card jumped right out. We take jumper cards very seriously. This is card number 6. It comes in upside down. This is not for you. This means that whatever it is that you were thinking, like, oh, I got to do this, 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 take a minute, slow down and breathe, and remember to look at the things that are really resonating for you in your heart. The things that are really, when you get quiet, the things that are resonating for you, that you are wanting for yourself or to create or bring into the world. We get so caught up in the things that are expected of us, especially this time of the year, that it's so important that we take some time. And so because this card is upside down, it's in protection mode, it's reminding us, don't forget to take a look around, right? What we talked about before. Lift up the shoulders, lift up the head, open up the chakras, let the energy flow, and be able to lift up your head and take a look around and say, okay, am I on my path? Or am I, veering into someone else's lane, right? Like we need those things that the newer cards have, the lane assist. So if you start to go to somebody else's lane, it goes and it pushes you back. We need that, right? Because it's so easy for us, especially around the holidays, to we're like, oh, I can help with this, and I need this, and I got to help that person, I got to do this. We get ourselves very wound up. That this is a reminder to really stay true to staying in your lane and staying true to what is most important for you. For years I have had folders on my desk that are like urgent, important, read it later, and trash. So if something was really urgent, it had to happen that day. But if something was important, I would get to it as soon as I could. And then the stuff that was read it later, again, I get to it when I got to it. And so I still have those folders. That's something that's so important that takes that pressure off ourselves, because we can get caught up in other people's energies, especially as empaths. We can get caught up in other people's energies and feel like, I got it. Well, it's like, wait a minute, that's not even mine. I'm not even supposed to do that. I'm not even related to that person. So this is this reminder that you want to stay in your own lane and stay true to what is resonant for you through your chakras, through your higher consciousness, and what's going to be appropriate for your highest good, not someone else's highest good. All right, third card is Milk and Honey, and this is 51, so 5 and 1 is 6. So it reminds us that we're going in the right direction. We're coming over the hump, right? We're coming out of this heaviness time. We're coming through the overwhelm, but we're coming through this heaviness that we've had. And this is the time of Milk and Honey, which reminds us that if we are breathing and we are looking inwards at the things that are going to be important for us, that we want to create, bring forward, or manifest, or cultivate into the world, that this is the time of abundance, right? This is what Mars is here to do, is to help spur you forward, to say, yes, what is it you want? Let Mars be the engine to help you move forward, because Milk and Honey is reminding you that this is the time to go for it, that this is a great moon cycle for us to be, as we're coming into that new moon on Wednesday, this is a great time for us to be really looking at not only what we want for this next 28 days, but what is it that we want, where we want to finish the year, because now we're starting to think about, okay, well, this is where I finish the year, but it's also where I start the year. So where do I want to be in the next year? Like, what do I want to bring in this bigger picture, not just this 28-day window? Because Milk and Honey, with Mars as the engine, is reminding us that we are on the right track, and that this is a time of creation. This is a time of creativity. This is the time of planting seeds, because harvest will come quick. Okay. So thanks, Catherine. Thank you. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take a shuffle, and then we're going to pull some individual cards. So if you are wanting to have an individual card reading, what I'd like for you to do is, when I say now, get ready. Not yet. What I say, we'll have you put it in the comments. So what happens is, if so many comments come in so fast, they go up and I can't scroll back certain far, and I can't see them all. So this is why I always make you wait, because I don't want to lose them. I don't want to lose your comments. I don't want to miss somebody. So are you ready? So put your comments in now to say, I would like a card reading, or me please, or even just wave at me, and we will make sure that everybody that wants a card will get a card. Okay? So thank you for your patience, because I always like to make sure that if your comments scroll past me and I can't get back to you, I don't want you to get missed. So who will be first? Kevin Murdoch will be first. Well, thank you for joining us, Kevin. And I know you've been patient, because you came in guns a-blazing. You were like, that's really maybe not a good expression. I think I'm going to lose that expression in this day and age. So Kevin came in very enthusiastic. We'll say it that way. And he was asking for that card. So we're going to start with, now if you've already put one in a comment, just leave one. Oh, Kazim, banning. Goodbye, banned. Bye. I love this. It's so great that we can just, like, anybody that is like a spammer. If you put a comment in, you don't need to do it again. Just one is fine, okay? Because that way I can see everybody, and I can, because like I said, sometimes I can't scroll back up the comments. So let me get where I need to be able to see. Kevin, okay, I just need to be able to see into your energy. Kevin Murdoch, so thank you for joining us today. So this card for you is a leg up. So this is card 34, so 3 and 4 is 7. So it feels like you're maybe coming to the end of like wrapping some stuff up, but that it's allowing you to have this step stool to the next place. Hi. So this is a really great card for you, Kevin, because it's about moving you forward to the next opportunity. So I want to really reiterate what we've been talking about, which is thinking really hard about what you want to, not hard, but like really pondering, allowing yourself that time to ponder about what it is you'd like to create in this next year, because it feels like something is ending for you, but it feels like the experience that you're gaining from this opportunity that you're in right now is going to really be a great base, a foundation for you to stand on to step up to the next plate. So you've got these great polar bears with the little one climbing up, but what I love about this is, I'm not sure if you can even see it, but in the background here you've got a spirit guide of a polar bear, and so you've got these guides that's reminding you that this is a great time to step into the next thing. Like, what if you really wanted to do that you've been poo-pooing this because you felt like maybe it wasn't the right time? This is showing you that not only is it the right time because things are coming into completion for you to open that space up for you, but also that you, if you're the polar bear, that you have this spirit guidance that's with you. Also, I would suggest, and if I'll put my book right here, remind me at the very end, we can look up what polar bear spirit is, because that would be something good for you to know. So, okay, I hope that helps you. I really love to hear how things come out in the end when new changes are coming. So, Catherine. All right, Catherine. Okay. Catherine's card is, okay, so I put the cards back in because we were getting to the point where so many people were coming on where we weren't having enough cards, and so I felt like the cards were not having clear to speak because they were being filtered because so many had been pulled. So for Catherine, and so if you have already, like I said, if you have already put in your comment to have a card, just do it once. I promise I see you. But so for Catherine, this is, where did I go? I have to scroll back to you, Catherine. Okay, so Catherine Johnston, this card is Breathe, which we've just talked about. And so Catherine, this is really this reminder that you're going in the right direction, my friend. You're going in the right direction, and it's important for you to allow things to develop. Don't put the cruise control on. You've got to pay attention. You've got to stay in the game. You've got to stay engaged. But at the same time, Catherine, this is the opportunity for you to trust that things are developing that maybe you can't see. Like when we plant the seed, we know the roots and the stuff is growing down before it's growing up. So even if we can't see something happening, we know something's going on, even if we don't see it yet. And so this is where I'm really called to remind to you, Catherine, is that things are developing for you, even if you're not seeing them yet, and to just keep that faith, keep breathing, and keep going in the direction you're going. You are absolutely going the right way, my friend. You are absolutely going the right way, but it's a little patience that's being called for you. And also, because my nose is itching, there's don't let, I know it's silly, but when my nose itches, it's like the dog or the cat where they're looking for the next thing, right? So be open to unexpected opportunities. Being open to unexpected opportunities, and just continue to breathe. Because when I'm getting the breathe card, and all of a sudden my nose is going crazy. So be open to new opportunities as well. You're going in the right direction. Follow your nose. Okay. All right. So who is next? Is going to be Stephanie. Stephanie is new, and thank you for joining us. And we're very happy that you are here. Lots of new names today. This is so exciting. All right. And we just did Catherine, who got very, very excited and put in many, many comments. So we're going to do Stephanie. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right, so Stephanie, oh, you got a lot of people around you, Stephanie. I feel like you're going to have a big Thanksgiving with lots of people and lots of energy. So I want to encourage you also to breathe, but your card is here and now. So this card is 32, so 3 and 2 is 5. So again, you're kind of coming to the peak of the challenge, which is probably, I feel like, that there's going to be a lot of folks around you for Thanksgiving. So here and now, this reminds you to be present in the moment, reminds you to take joy and glory in the being together and not get caught up in all the minutia, not get caught up in the, the stuff, that people are like the petty bullshit. So this is just a reminder for you to just stay in the place of love. Make sure you fill yourself with love and gratitude and ground yourself before you get into the family stuff. And just remind yourself that all of this is going to pass. Enjoy the company for what it is. Move forward. Don't get caught up in the minutia, because I feel like if you allow yourself to get caught up in the minutia, you're going to get pulled off course. And right now you're on course, so just stay into the here and now. Enjoy and stay in the present moment. So, all right. I see my friend Monica. I will get for my friend Monica. I see you, my love, on Instagram. So yes. We're going to incorporate you in. Tina Hogue is next. Catherine, this every other comment is my friend Catherine. So we're going to, get Tina Hogue with lots and lots of hearts. All right. So Tina. Now this is round and round. So Tina, this is sacred geometry. So this card is 25, which 2 and 5 is 7. And so this also comes in upside down. So this is this gentle reminder for Tina that it feels sometimes like we're just going around on the treadmill, or this carousel. That like, I've done this before. I've been here before. Like, why do I keep coming back to the same places? And the thing is that you're not coming back to the same places. So I'm going to grab my slinky. So we're not coming back to the same places, right? You were here, and so maybe you come back around to this same side, but you're up a rung or two. And so even though it may feel like, we're like, why am I having to learn the same lessons again and again? You're learning it from a higher perspective. You're learning things from a different point of view. My husband and I, when we were climbing, we did some hiking in Oregon last month, and it was so amazing to like look at the river from the different vantage points as we went up about 1,700 feet. And so we were looking out, and it was like, oh, this is really beautiful. But the vantage point is different as you go higher, and you can see further, and it's a different perspective. And this is the piece that is being conveyed for you, is that you are, oh, look, we have somebody else, that you are, on the right track, but that you want to make sure that you are, nope, I'm going to ban you. Beating by Paris, goodbye. I see you, banned. Wow, we're popular today. So for Tina, that you are on the right track, that you are being called to come back to the same places again and again, to see them from a different perspective, because you are growing and you are evolving. And so this is something that is a positive card. Even though you may feel like you're running in circles, I want to remind you that you're not. The cards, the spirits are telling you that you're not, okay? You are absolutely going forward. Even though it may feel like you're looping back around, you're definitely going forward on the right track. Okay. Hang on. All right, Gina, my friend Gina. All right, so let me just double check. Okay. All right, so we've got Gina Coppola. All right, let me get a good shuffle here. Gina will be next. And then we're going to shift over to Instagram. We're going to get Monica and Instagram, and then we'll come back to Facebook. Make sure. I have to scroll down to the bottom because the spammers come in at the bottom. Are you already blocked? Bye. Okay. Sorry. Bear with me for just a second. Okay. So the spammers, they come in from the bottom, so I have to scroll down to make sure that they're not sneaking in the back. Okay, see that one, they kind of got by me because I was doing stuff. All right, so we have Gina. All right, so Gina, this card is Serendipity, and this card is 18. It's getting dark in my office. So 18. So 1 and 8 is 9. And so serendipity, especially with family being around, especially as we're coming into the holiday time, that you're going to run into people and you're going to be, seeing people that you haven't seen in a while, or you're going to, catch up with people that you didn't expect to see, or things are going to happen. This is a great time because we're all expecting to see people we haven't seen in a while. Spirit uses this opportunity to turn your head. So don't discount the serendipities. Don't discount these times where we can really be brought to a new level if we're willing to see what Spirit is plopping right in front of us. Don't go, oh, isn't that a weird coincidence? Say, what is that? Why is that happening? What are you trying to get me to see? Because I guarantee you, Spirit is doing like this. Look over there. And so our job is to be like, okay, I saw what you did there. That's a weird coincidence. What is that about? And so, Gina, this is a reminder for you that as things are being serendipitous for you, don't miss those clues that they're trying to get you to turn your head, okay? They're trying to get you to see stuff, all right? So we don't want you to get caught up in missing the turn. You're on your path. You don't want to miss your turn because you weren't paying attention to the serendipities. And the thing is, if we miss the turn, it'll loop back around, right? We'll always come back on the right path because we're never not on the right path. Even when it seems like, oh, God. Sometimes it's like on that game board where you missed the turn, or you had to take 3 steps back or whatever, but you're still going forward. You're still on the path, okay? So this is just a reminder to not miss out on those serendipities because they're pointing you in the right direction. Okay, so we see Anna Iva. Yes. And we're going to do Instagram, and then we're going to come back for Anna. Will be next. And when we get back, we'll do Anna, and then we'll do Michelle Saunders. So please hang in there with me. I do see you. We're going to get you some cards. We're going to jump over to Instagram for a second, and we're going to get Monica a card, who's been waiting patiently as well, and we'll come back for Anna, and we'll get finished up over here. So, aw, thanks, honey. You're the sweetest, too. It's nice to see you pop up. So, okay, let's see for Monica. There is no peace like home. This is card 50. There's no peace like home. This is a reminder that we control our space, especially as we are in, again, with holidays. You might be traveling. You might have people coming to you. You may be out of your comfort zone. We create our space. We create the boundaries, especially as empaths. One of the things that we teach so much is creating that boundary, creating the space around you, protecting the space around you so that things are not coming in that you don't want to come in. And so this is this reminder that you have the ability and the power to create your own space. There is no peace like home. You are the one who sets the tone for any of us, right? There's that old saying, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, right, in the house. But that goes for any of us, male or female, or whatever gender. So we create the boundary, we create the energy, because the universe is reflective. The universe is reflective. What we are putting out is what is going to be reflected back to us. And what we are putting out, whether we're excited about a new venture or whether we're filled with love or angst or whatever it is, we are reflecting that back. And so we put out to people what we are expecting them to bring back to us. If I say to you, I am so excited, we are ready to go, this is awesome, your reaction is going to be like, wow, this is great, what is it, right? It's what we are putting out is what we are teaching the people around us and the energy entities around us what we expect back. And so, Monica, you have so much control over your environment, and this is for everybody. We all have control over our environment. There is no peace like home because we get to create that. And so as things are coming into the holidays, this is a great reminder for everybody that you are allowed and in charge of, empowered to create your space. So if you need to light some candles, burn some sage, or do some meditation. Sometimes I have had to walk out into the yard and touch some dang trees when there's been too many people in my house. There's not too many, but when there's been some people in my house that have caused me some angst. So you have the power to create that peace in your space because it's your space. Okay? All right, I love that. All right, so let's see. All right, I think we already banned that spammer. Oh, look, here's another one. Wow, we got a lot today. Ban. I kind of take it as a compliment that so many people want to, jump on our page, because Y'all are awesome. So, let me just reiterate, especially since many of you were new today, and thank you for being with us, that if ever, and this is not really an Instagram problem, thankfully, but if ever somebody sends you a comment and you're on anybody's live stream, whether it's mine or anybody's, and somebody sends you a comment that says, message me for your free reading, best reading, you know, blah, 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 please do not, because these people are all spammers and scammers, and they're trying to sell you some potions and spell removals and other kind of bullshit and crap. And if you're on someone's page because you've chosen to follow them or learn more about what they're offering into the world, know that most of the people, hopefully, are offering things from a place of love. And if they're not, find somebody else to follow. And anytime that you're on someone's live stream and someone tries to get you to pay attention to them instead of the person you showed up to hear, say no. Say no. And some of you crack me up because you write these comments back to them, which just kill me. Y'all are hilarious. Like, and sometimes not that nice, but it's still, you crack me up. Sometimes you're very polite, but very forceful. So just know that nobody like needs to be in that. Okay, so Anna Iva, this was your card that I pulled for you, and we're seeing the breathe card come up a lot. So this has come up 3 or 4 times today. So we, it's very common for us to have something that fits like for everybody, or is like a collective message for everyone. And so this is, did we already ban this one? Oh, look, another one. Wow. We are popular today. So, like I said, I take it as a compliment. So Anna, this is a reminder for all of us because it's come up so many times, but this card is the card I pulled for you, my friend, is the breathe card, okay? It feels like you're going through some stuff. I feel like you're trying to sort out how you want to show up in the world, my new friend. And so I want to really encourage you to take some time to just sit and you know, allow yourself to breathe and allow yourself to remember who you are and who you want to be. This is an expansive time for you, Anna. I feel like there's doors that are opening, but it's going to be really important that you are breathing and taking some time to have discernment about the right way to go. And I feel like there's going to be some multiple opportunities, some choices for you to be making. And I also feel like that there's one option is going to feel like the right one for everybody else and maybe not the right one for you. And so really want you to sit with these things so that you can make the right decision for you, because this is the time of making the decision that's right for you and not the decision that's necessarily right for everyone else. When we make the decision that's right for us and we make our soul happy, it will be the right decision for everyone else. It will fall into alignment, because there's not a wrong decision unless we're putting someone else's needs, you know, above our own, which I know as a parent, you know, that happens a lot. But there comes a point where we need to get ourselves back into alignment where we are making sure we're taking care of ourselves. And so, Anna, I think that's, I feel like that's where I'm being led with you. So, all right. So we're going to just scroll back one more time. Lindsay Louise, I see you, I see you. Okay, but there was some, and I liked your little smiley face. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, but somebody got lost in the spammers, so hang on for a second. So, and Carol Jarrett, we're going to do a card for Carol Jarrett, and I'm going to scroll down. You are all welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so Carol and Michelle. So Carol and Michelle. Okay. Carol Jarrett, Carol Jarrett, Carol Jarrett. Okay, so this card is Thinker. So this card is 44, which is 8. So this is Thinker. So again, there's new opportunities that are coming. Chapters are ending. You know, journeys are finishing. You're coming to the ends of times of, not the end of times, but just, you know, that things are wrapping up. And it's going to be an opportunity for you to think about where you go next and what you'd like to create and bring into the world. So remembering that Jupiter is here to lift some of that malaise, and Mars is here to help you focus on what drives you, what motivates you, where you'd like to go next. So this is a great opportunity for you. This is the Thinker card to really decide, like, whoa, are you retiring? There's definitely like I am putting things in my trunk and closing the trunk, and it's kind of bittersweet. It's not like I got to get out of here, and it's not like heartbroken. It's I'm excited for new opportunities, but at the same time, there's something bittersweet about it. So this is that card for you, for Carol. So I'm not sure if it's a retirement, but it definitely does feel like this, like time in one place is ending and the next doors are open. And I feel like you already know that, but it's this opportunity to really think about who, where, how you want to be next. And you'll see that this is a theme that we're having this kind of same messages coming up over and over again, which is not an unusual thing. So we have people that are, everyone, if you're, oh, look, Tracy Catherine. Bye-bye. Ban from page. So, if you have people who... Didn't I just ban you? Nope, yep, sure did. Ban Tracy Catherine. And so if you are here and you were pulled here today, then you're part of this collective, which is why we do the collective card reading at the beginning, because everyone is kind of in the same places. And so it's not an unusual thing for us to get these same cards over and over again. All right, so we're going to go to Lindsay Louise. And I kind of thought that since we weren't together last week, that maybe we would be, spammer free, because maybe they'd think we were, still taking the day off, but I guess not. So, all right. I know that they come on here because they know that I have the best people. We have the best people. You all are the best people. And so I know they're just coming because they want to connect with all the people that are so awesome. So, and I do apologize because I know it's very disruptive. So, Lindsay Louise, it is for you. Go to the sea, my friend. Go to the sea. And this is card number 7. This isn't necessarily about going on a boat or a cruise or to the beach, which, if you are, yay. But it's about the new adventure. And it's about going to the place that allows your heart to soar, allowing yourself to take the step forward, allowing yourself to step forward in faith, Lindsay Louise, allowing yourself to step forward in trusting the universe. Because if you look at her boat, there's no sails. There's no motor. She's just in the boat, and she's trusting that the universe is going to guide her. So my friends are here in town from Texas, and they have a 4-year-old little girl, so we watched Moana last night, and it was so fun to watch the ocean that helps Moana, the spirit of her grandmother, and the ocean keeps popping up as doing stuff like the ocean is alive. And this is what it's talking about, is it's trusting you for this new adventure. So Lindsay, you have opportunities in front of you. Trust your heart. Trust your guts, and just know that the universe has got you. The universe has got you. This is a new adventure for you, and it feels really exciting. I got a little butterfly in my stomach, and it feels fun. And it feels like this might actually be relational rather than occupational. So it'd be very interesting to see what's going on with that. And you'll have to keep me posted. All right, so you are very, very welcome. All right, so who did we miss? I missed Carol. So we're going to do we do Carol Jarrett? Right? Did we do Carol? Let me scroll back up. Carol. So many spammer comments. And they're all I removed them. But, okay, I think I can't go further. Carol Jarrett, would you please let me know if you got missed? I want to make sure we get to you. And... because you are right down here at the bottom, but I feel like I had seen your name already. So please let me know, Carol, if you're still here and you are wanting a reading, a card pull, and we'll do Vanessa. And then if Carol is here, we'll do Carol, and then we'll just finish it up. So you are welcome. Michelle, did we miss you? Oh, okay. All right. See, this is what happens with the comments. I really am sorry. So thank you. All right. So Vanessa... we're going to do Vanessa. This is higher power. Vanessa, this is number 4. Vanessa, this is a reminder that you are supported, that you are not alone. This is a reminder with 4, right? There's 4 legs to a chair, 4 legs to a table, building a solid foundation. So Vanessa, this is about trusting that they've got you. They've got you wherever you're going, whatever your adventure is, because you also are stepping up. You definitely are stepping up into a new role, a new position, some higher vibration is in there. And it's just to remind you that you can lean into your intuition. You can lean into that connection with your higher guidance, with your spirit, your higher mind, angels and guides. You are being supported and you are not alone. So this is that reminder for you, Vanessa. Okay. So you are not alone. Look how pretty it is. Okay. All right, we're going to do Carol. So Michelle, I do see you, Michelle Saunders, but Carol says I skipped her. So we're going to get her because she was first in the line higher up, and I lost her in all the spammy things, and I do apologize for that. So you are very welcome. So we're going to do Carol, and then we'll do Michelle Saunders. Okay, so Carol. Thank you for speaking up. I appreciate that. So Carol, this card is here and now. We saw this again before. It came in right side up the first time. It's coming in upside down, Carol. So this is a reminder to not let yourself get caught up in the, to not let yourself get caught up in the minutia and the politics and the, some people just show up to the holidays bitchy because they just, they're unhappy and they want to make sure everybody else is unhappy. You don't have to engage in that. You can just go, okay, and walk away, right? Even in a small house, it's okay. You can be like, okay, and walk away. Like, you don't have to debate. You don't have to get sucked in. You don't have to get, that's my favorite thing. It's like, okay, and I just walk away. Because I'm not going to necessarily change somebody's mind, or certainly at the holidays, I'm not interested in doing that. And I'm not going to get into a thing, and I'm just like, okay. Walk away. So this is a reminder for you, Carol, to stay in the here and now. It's upside down to remind you that, don't get caught up in the other stuff. Stay in the here and now. Stay present. Stay in the positive. Stay in the love. Eat the mashed potatoes. Be with the people who bring you joy. And sometimes when it comes to the holidays, we have to prepare ourselves. We have to get ready so that we can be in the here and now. And so this is a reminder for that too, as Carol, so that you can be in the here and now, so that you can be part of the joy and of the light. We don't show up to Thanksgiving or any other holiday and just be like, okay, I'm open, because that is just a recipe for disaster, especially for empaths. We show up and we're like, okay, I am prepared. I have my crystals. I've got my whatever. I have drink water. I have visualized the bubble of protection. I have visualized having a beautiful evening or event or whatever it is, and then to be able to stay present in the here and now, and not get caught up in the minutia of everyone else's drama that has nothing to do with you in the first place. And so we go, okay. And we walk away. All right, so we have Michelle Saunders. All right, so we've got Michelle Saunders. And, look, another one. Abfulaby. Ban. Oh, it's going to take me forever to delete all these guys. All right, so what did I just say? Michelle Saunders. All right, Michelle Saunders. Thank you, Lynn, for sharing. Can I tell you if you will find your fantastic receptionist job for next year and when? I'm from Scotland. All right, so we're going to do Michelle, and then we'll come back for Lynn. All right, so Michelle, new life. Interesting, new life. And this is card number 39. So this is 12. So 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 and 1 is 3. So this is a new adventure. This is a new door that's opening for you, Michelle Saunders. So this is really exciting and interesting, because it might also apply for Lynn McNally. So McNally. I apologize if I'm not saying that right. But I pulled this for Michelle Saunders, but sometimes, because I was reading that comment about the receptionist, that it could be for both of you. But this is interesting because this is about new life. And so when you look at, 39, we added together 9, 10, 11, 12, 2 and 1 is 3. This is a new adventure, and 3 is an angelic number. It's the angel wings, right? It's the heart. The 3, if you open it up, like 33, it's angel wings. And so you have this new adventure. This is a really great opportunity that is in front of you, Michelle, for you to be able to go forward. And the thing I want to say about this is, talk to me about that. So the thing I want to say about this, Michelle Saunders, is there's choices to be made. I hear in my head really strongly, don't settle. Don't allow yourself to be devalued. So to choose the path that says, this is what I'm worth, and that it is a great opportunity for you to stand up for yourself. And if it doesn't, if the door doesn't fling wide open because you valued yourself, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, because it's like this thing where you open one door and there's another door right behind it. So I feel like you open this door, this new opportunity, and you're going to be encouraged to make yourself small. And I want to really say, don't do that. But if you keep going the next door is going to be a bigger door. And it's interesting because it looks like a littler door, but once you go, like, it's like Harry Potter. Once you go inside of it, it's like giant inside. So I don't know if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. All right, when they go in the tent at Harry Potter, it's like this little tent, and it's like shoom inside. And I feel like that has a lot to do with it. So for Michelle, I want to say to you, don't devalue yourself. Make sure that you know your worth and you stand in that, so that you are really stepping forward for yourself and for your highest good. Because I think it's going to be important for you to stand firm in what you're worth. And that's going to be, I think that just opens a lot of doors for you, my friend. Okay. All right. Who just asked me about receptionists? Okay. So where was that? Lynn McNally. Okay. Finding the fabulous receptionist job next year. So the thing I'm hearing about that is not... Okay, and Jill is also from Scotland. Isn't that great? How? Wow. Okay, so Lynn. Okay, so there is something about this devaluing self with you. There's something more than just receptionist, or maybe office manager or something. There's something more that is like, I feel like this, I'm feeling this pulling a cover back, pulling a cover off, Lynn. And so I want you to, the card I pulled for you is Peace. This is card 23. So 2 and 3 is 5. It takes you to the top of the mountain. It means you've come to the place where you can look around and reassess. And so the thing is about the Peace card is follow your heart, follow where it feels right. I do feel like there are jobs for you, but I also feel like it's like I'm looking over. So I'm at the top of this mountain part, and I'm looking over, and I feel like, I know you joined in late, but what I was talking about earlier was this morning on my run, I realized I was looking down. So I was missing stuff. I was paying attention to the ground so I didn't step on something or trip or anything. And I realized I was cutting off all the energy flow, and I was not looking up, and I was missing things that were up here. And this is what I feel like for you. Is, Lynn, that I think there is a fantastic job for you, but I feel like you're putting it in this buttonhole that I want to encourage you to say, where is my fantastic job? Is my fantastic job coming? And the answer is yes, but I want you to come to this place of peace about whatever comes. So instead of trying to label it and pigeonhole it into, I want this, I want you to say, bring me to the place where I can do the most good and I can help the most people and have a positive impact and a place to grow. Because I don't know that it has the same title that you're putting on it, and therefore I feel like you're going to miss it. So does that make sense? So the answer is yes, the job is there, but I don't feel like it looks like what you think it looks like, and I want to encourage you to open up and be allowing yourself to I got a headache now because it's like pulling the lid off. I want to pull the lid off the thinking. So I hope that helps you. Jill Shaw, I'm assuming you're asking me about a card also, so we're going to pull one for you, and then Jill's going to be the last one, and we're going to call it for today. So for Jill, we're going to pull. This card is the never-ending story, and this is 37. So this is 10. 3 and 7 is 10. So this is the never-ending story. So there's some kind of like, okay. There's some kind, that's Buddy. There's some kind of unfinished business for you that is important for you to draw your line in the sand. There's some part where you also need to stand up, straighten your back, and say, this is what I will accept and what I won't accept, because I feel like there's like a cycle of taking for granted, and so this is a real encouragement, Jill, for you to just know your worth, and I don't think you have to chase it, but I think allow it. But when you change your energy, we bring those things to us, and because we are the reflector, right? What we send out is what we get back. And so this is a real reminder that there is a cycle that you're stuck in, and so this is the time with Mars coming in as the engine to push you forward, to encourage you to strive for more, for whatever it is that you truly want, to move towards that thing that you've been feeling like maybe you didn't deserve. That this is the time to let Mars's energy push you forward, because there is this kind of loop that you're stuck in, Jill, that is really about allowing you to step forward and into something more if you can keep your chin up and just say, I am worthy of more, because I feel like you're kind of stuck in this loop. So you are the one that can just step out of it. Like really just step out of it as soon as you are believing that you can. So I would love to hear how that shifts for you, because I feel like this is really the time for you to step off that roller coaster and say, yeah, I'm all done with that. I'm all done with that. All right, Bridget, right at the last, because I've got to be done. It's hard to hold that energy for a long time. So this is Bridget. This is the card Serendipity. So this is another just reminder, and I apologize, this will be a little bit shorter, Bridget. But this is just a reminder for the things that are going to come up over the next week or 6 weeks as we come into the holiday season. We cross paths with so many other people, and so many people from maybe our family, extended family, workplaces, people we don't see all that often. And this is a great, oh, look, Smith Martinez, more spammers. Ban. Okay, so Bridget, this is the opportunity for you to keep in mind what is being shown to you. So when you see these coincidences, to be able to see and be like, oh, what is Spirit trying to show me? Don't just brush it off. Just really allow that Spirit is trying to use serendipity, to use coincidence, to show you something, to bring you to another visualization, another way of seeing something. Because those things are important. Where Spirit is trying to turn our head, these things are important. Don't brush it off. So, all right. I know lots of spammers today. We banned as many as we could catch. We'll ban them all. And they won't be back, but there'll be some others. So I appreciate you hanging in there with me. I wish you all a wonderful, happy, healthy, safe Thanksgiving. Remember, the Black Friday sale is that the Becoming an Empowered Empath online course is going to be on sale. So watch for more information about that posted here, and also coming out through email as well. If you are looking for a private reading, please feel free to reach out to me, either direct message or through my website, Dworkin-Smith.com. And you can always catch the replay on here or on YouTube. And I hope you have a fantastic holiday. Always remember how very much you are loved.